Hey everybody, welcome back. This week we're talking about how to stop being a people pleaser. And I'm going to teach you how setting boundaries is your secret weapon to stop people pleasing and start focusing on and pleasing you. For the best advice, guidance, support, and actionable tools, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I drop a new video every Thursday. And I am Tess Brigham, licensed psychotherapist and board certified coach. And I have been working with people for over 15 years, helping them find their path, their purpose, their passion, all the P's, so that they can live their best life. Let's get started. Let's talk about people pleasing. Are you a people pleaser? Drop a comment below and let me know. Are you someone who's a people pleaser? I have to say, if you asked me 5 years ago if I was a people pleaser, I would tell you no, never. But I too struggle with people pleasing, not in every aspect of my life, but as someone who's a therapist and a coach that works with individuals, it's very easy to want to please people. And so that's the thing about people pleasers, right? Is they never start out saying, I'm going to be a people pleaser. Look at me go, right? People pleasers don't intend to get there, but that's where they get to this really unhealthy place. So let's start off with, what is a people pleaser? So a people pleaser is a person who has this emotional need to please others to the point where they start to put other people's wants and needs above their own, because it almost becomes like this desire of approval. And the more you put other people's needs and wants above you, what's happening is you are thinking like, my needs aren't as important as their needs, or I have to make some kind of sacrifice for them because of whatever reason you've come up with, like I'm not as good, or I'm not worthy, or or one big one is, or they'll leave me, or they won't be here with me. So people pleasers, they tend to believe that they can't really have different opinions than other people. People pleasers tend to struggle with conflict. They hate it when someone's mad at them. People pleasers struggle to say, no, I'm not going to do that, and just, that's it. And people pleasers, they feel a lot of responsibility for other people's feelings, right? And I talk a lot about how we have no control over other people and what they think and what they feel. And so you can see that the desire to please is a recipe for disaster, because you're trying to control someone or something that you have no control over. So what do? If you recognize yourself in what I've described, then it's time to set some boundaries. And boundaries is, having boundaries is so important. And so there are boundaries everywhere. A fence is a boundary, a password to a login information, that is a boundary. But personal boundaries are these invisible lines that we can't quite see. And it's very, very hard for us to really understand what are our personal boundaries, because not only are they invisible, but that they need to be, to a certain extent, they can't be too rigid and they can't be too fluid. They have to be able to bend and grow at times, and other times they have to be very firm. And that's the thing, is that you have different boundaries with different people, you have different boundaries for different situations, and they are really based on you. Because your boundaries are your way of telling people and teaching people, this is how I want to be treated. This is how I want to be seen. And what happens with people pleasers is, because they have no boundaries around this particular relationship or any relationship, is that they're teaching people, you can take advantage of me, that you can use me, that you can ask for any favor in the world and I'm not going to demand anything. And what happens is, for many people pleasers, is they start to become angry and resentful because they've entered into relationships where it's not equal at all. So let's talk about setting boundaries. So there are 3 C's to setting boundaries, and I use this little acronym to help people so that they can remember it. So the first C is create. You must create boundaries. Your boundaries are based on how you want to be treated. They're based on your values and what you believe. And they are based on how you want to feel and how you want to live your life. So it's okay if you create boundaries around, like, I want to be a good friend. I want to show up for people, but I also, when I show up for people, I'm willing to give them X, Y, and Z amount of my time and energy. I'm willing to help my friend move from 10 to 2, but at 2 o'clock I leave. That's a boundary, right? You're creating a boundary right then and there. So you have to think about and create your boundaries in any situation that you go into and in any relationship. All right, the second one is communicate. You have to tell people what your boundaries are. It is much better and much easier for you if you go to your friend and say, hey, I'm here to help you move. I'm happy to help. I have to leave at 2 o'clock on the dot to go do X, Y, and Z. That's it. Communicate your boundaries to people. Make it simple. Make it clean. And it's good to give a reason. It's good to give some structure. You don't have to get into a whole 5-minute excuse of why you have to leave at 2 o'clock. But I have some errands I need to run before this time. That's it. Communicate and continue to communicate. People are not mind readers. You have to keep communicating with them. And finally, C is check. Keep yourself in check. Always be checking in with yourself to make sure that you're setting boundaries and they feel right to you, and keep yourself in check, which means make sure that you stick to the boundaries that you set. All right. So, as a reformed people pleaser myself, I have to say that I know that this isn't easy. It's gonna feel uncomfortable at times. But what you want to keep in mind is that you've got to trust and believe that if I set better boundaries for myself, if I say no to people, if I, set limits with the people in my life, that the people that are real friends and true confidence and relationships that are worth it, they will stick around. Okay, and the other ones, they'll go and you didn't need them anyway. All right, if you love this video, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below. Even better, subscribe to my channel. And if you have a friend who's a people pleaser or you think would benefit from any of the advice that I have on my channel, share it with them. I would love for you to spread the word. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.